Ross Marshall thought he was doing the right thing when he walked out that night. After weeks of tension with his teenage son Joel, he just needed space for one calm breath. But when he returned home, the house was silent. Too silent. Vicky's phone was still on the table. The lights were off. And something in the air felt wrong. Then came the call that shattered him. "Ross, it's the hospital. Vicky's been attacked." His hands went cold. His knees gave way. And for the first time in his life, Ross Marshall was truly afraid of his own son. The tragedy didn't come from nowhere. Joel's views had been darkening for months, venom absorbed from the corners of the internet Ross didn't understand. At first it was small comments, jokes about women, rants about respect. Then the algorithm took over. One video became 10. 10 became 100. And soon Joel wasn't Joel anymore. He was someone else entirely. Ross saw the signs, but love blinded him. Every father wants to believe their child is good, until that belief destroys everything. Standing beside Vicky's hospital bed, Ross whispered, "I should have stopped him." Her face was bruised, her arm bandaged, but the emotional wounds ran deeper. Ross had raised Joel alone. He'd been both father and friend, but maybe that was the problem. The lines blurred, boundaries faded, and in trying to protect his son, he'd created a monster. When the police began asking questions, Ross didn't know what to say. He couldn't defend Joel, but he couldn't condemn him either. That's the curse of love. It makes you protect the very thing that destroys you. While Ross faced his nightmare, another storm brewed across Albert Square. Nicola Mitchell had spent months rebuilding her life, but her secrets were catching up. She wasn't just hiding from her past, she was hiding from herself. 3 years missing, a confessed killing, and a son whose father turned out to be none other than Zach Hudson. But the real twist, Nicola once whispered to George Knight that she used to have a sister. And fans couldn't stop asking who's she, because some believe it's Vanessa Gold. Vanessa Gold is glamorous, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Her breakdown over bubbles in the fridge is legendary. But what if that wasn't just madness? What if it was trauma? The same trauma Nicola described: abuse, neglect, and years of silence. The pieces fit too perfectly. The timelines align. Both women share a similar past of broken trust and hidden pain. And both have ties to the Mitchell men. When actor Elijah Holley was asked about it, he simply laughed and said, "Why not?" A simple answer, but one that's fueling a wildfire of fan theories. Could EastEnders be preparing the Mitchell family twist of the decade? Harry's disappearance. But before Nicola can face her past, the present comes crashing down. Her son, Harry Mitchell, has vanished. One night he's laughing with Ravi Galati. The next he's gone. Rumors say Ravi and Oki kidnapped him after questioning his loyalty. But others believe something darker, that Harry might have betrayed the wrong man to protect his best friend. Elijah Holley, who plays Harry, teased, "It's going to get intense. He tried to protect someone he loves, and it's going to cost him everything." Now Nicola must face her worst fear of losing her son, just as she finally found peace. Part 7, Zoe's Return. And just when fans think they've seen it all, Zoe Slater returns. Her comeback wasn't just dramatic, it was chaos incarnate. She's lost track of her child, nearly killed a man and is having a secret affair with none other than Max Branning. But that's just the surface. The BBC's teasers for late October hint that Zoe has one final bombshell, a confession so devastating it could destroy the entire Slater family. Kat's discovery. Kat Slater senses something's wrong. Her instincts, sharp as ever, tell her Zoe's hiding something huge. She starts digging, old photos, phone records. And then she finds a letter, written years ago, but never sent. Zoe's handwriting. A confession, a name that shouldn't exist. When Kat confronts her, Zoe breaks down. Tears, guilt. And finally, the truth spills out, but the screen cuts before we hear what she says. Fans are left screaming at their TVs. What did Zoe confess? Nigel's mistake. Meanwhile, across town, another secret is about to explode. Nigel Bates, once the gentle heart of Walford, makes a devastating mistake. Julie, his wife, covers it up to protect him, terrified of losing the man she loves. But when Nigel insists on coming clean, their marriage begins to crumble. And with Phil Mitchell in Portugal, Julie is left alone to face the fallout. Rumours suggest that her actions may have deadly consequences, possibly connecting back to Zoe's secret. Without Phil's intimidating presence, Julie's choices could spiral out of control, changing the entire balance of power in Walford. The final domino. As October unfolds, everything begins to intertwine. Ross struggles between justice and love. Nicola faces the ghosts of her past. Harry's life hangs in the balance. Zoe's secret threatens to rip the Slaters apart, and Nigel's guilt might just be the spark that ignites the next tragedy. By the end of the month, one truth will emerge. No one in Walford is innocent. Every secret demands a price. And every lie, no matter how small, will eventually destroy you.